In today's episode, we're reading some more terrifying but also fun Reddit stories, and I hope you're excited. Gonna be a wonderful time, and I can't wait to get into this. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure you like and also subscribe, and let's get into it. Enjoy, guys. Am I the a-hole for asking somebody to stop coming to my house uninvited? Okay, before we even start this, no! That's one of the reasons you have your own house. It's your house. My wife gave her brother a key to our house. Oh, well, there's your issue. I routinely go to my house on my lunch break, and many times I've found my brother-in-law at my house uninvited. Nobody else is home, but he comes to my house and eats my food for lunch? What? Lay down some boundaries immediately, OP. A couple of weeks ago, I had a 14-hour day at work, a Thursday, and I had to be in the field for a construction project. On Friday, I was having a hard time at the office, and I decided to call it a day so I could go home and rest. When I arrived home, there was my brother-in-law. I was exhausted and really not in the mood for a guest. Later that day, I texted him and I told him that I wasn't comfortable with his unannounced visits, and I asked him not to do it anymore. I told him he was welcome at my house, but I wanted to know when he'd be there, and that I need boundaries. He seemed cordial with his text response, but I've caused a civil war. My wife is mad at me, and so is her other sibling and parents. They said that I'm weird and don't understand how siblings work. Get the hell out. Oh my god, this is so annoying. Get out of here. In my opinion, it's weird and rude to act like one has carte blanche to somebody else's house and food. So, am I the a-hole? No, you're not the a-hole, OP. Your wife is, and your wife's family. What the hell's your wife doing giving her brother a key to your house? Oh, that's so annoying, and you're getting called weird. You're home, and the showing up unannounced is bad enough. So at any moment, you don't know if you're even going to be alone in your own house. But he's eating your food. If your wife doesn't see an issue with this, OP, your wife is an a-hole. The top comment says, if somebody was coming into my house when I wasn't home, they'd 100% lose their key privileges. Absolutely no way I'd tolerate that. The first time that I came home and found that he'd let himself in without asking, I would have gone ballistic and taken the key off him. Yeah, 1,000,000%, but also why the hell did he get the key in the first place? There's a comment that says, is your wife from another culture or possibly planet? They sound very different. I would go ape crap if I found a family member of mine in my house without being invited, especially if they were eating my food. That key needs to be revoked or change the locks if wifey refuses, not the a-hole. And OP said, yeah, she's Mexican American. Her brother is the only boy, and as such has entitlements within the family. Oh my god. This is so infuriating. Yeah, so I'm the only boy, so I'm entitled to stuff. Not here, dude. Like that comment said, OP, take that key off him. If your wife tries to go against it, change the locks on the house, OP. It's so infuriating that your wife doesn't see an issue with any of this. And then to get the rest of the family involved and to call OP weird and stuff. Like, first of all, stay out of it, but also you think he's the weird one? So disrespectful. This comment says, gee, your wife has a boundaries problem, as do your in-laws. Definitely not the a-hole. You just want your home to be your sanctuary and not a flop house for the family of your wife. Yeah, and this comment too, not the a-hole, but your wife is the real issue here. Yeah, like you can tell the family that you're not comfortable with this and you can put boundaries in and stuff and they can call you weird, but they can go along with it. But if your wife still feels like it's okay, OP, then it's not going to get any better. And I can't believe they feel like OP is weird. Even if that's normal for them, having their family members come into their house uninvited, whenever they want to, it's pretty bloody rude to assume that your partner is also going to be fine about it. Like, it's pretty obvious that most people are not going to like somebody coming into their house and eating their food. You're so not the a-hole, OP, but you need to sort this out. And also, obviously, it's not just the wife. Just because the brother-in-law has the key, he should not be coming over without asking first. Having that sort of mentality that you can show up and eat their food too, and just show up whenever too, that's so unbelievably entitled. Like, there's nothing wrong with a family member having a key if they're respectful about it, but this person sure isn't. Yeah, this one too. Your wife and family are wrong. I'm from a large, close family, and none of us would appreciate this happening. No one should be in your home without your knowledge and eat your food ever. Yeah, 1,000,000%. Your wife and her family are so wrong, OP. That was infuriating. The next one says, my girlfriend wants to break up because I won't pour out my whiskey. Yeah, 21-year-old guy here. I drink pretty rarely. The past month, maybe twice. And I mean a couple of shots, maybe 3, nothing too crazy. In the pool, man, that hits the spot. Man, oh man. Anyway, yeah, so my girlfriend saw that I had a bottle of whiskey on my shelf. Unopened, by the way. She tells me that she doesn't feel comfortable with me having it. Yeah, I know, pretty weird, right? Or is this normal to other people? Turns into an argument. I'm like, what? You can't be serious. Then I explain to her that I don't even drink like that. She said that she doesn't feel comfortable, and then she goes, it's F my feelings, right? I'm like, look, you're being immature. I won't drink without letting you know. I'm pretty tired tonight, so I say, look, I don't want to argue about this. I just want you to trust me, and I need you to let me make my own decisions. She goes, so you're choosing a bottle of whiskey over our relationship, and then she blocks me? What do we think, fellas? Ladies, you're welcome too. Edit, guys, she and her family do not drink. She has one margarita and then she's out. Not a past alcoholic, just a control freak. Yeah, the top comment, not the a-hole, let her block you. I hate when people play the, oh, so you're choosing this over our relationship game when she's the one who decided to have an issue with it in the first place. It's a bottle of whiskey, not a bag of heroin, for God's sake. Yeah, what? Like a complete issue out of nothing, right? Yeah, and also this comment, it's a sign of what's to come. Every time you say something against her, every time you have your own opinion about something that doesn't align with hers, she'll probably become like this. It's manipulation and it's going to be exhausting for you. Yeah, and the comment under that too, not the a-hole, manipulative behavior, do not engage. Yeah, completely. OP also has another post. My girlfriend told me that she's leaving if I don't marry her in 9 months. Howdy folks, per my last post, I guess she broke up with me last night. I'm 21 and she's 22. We've been dating for about 3 months. She told me recently that if I don't plan on marrying her in 9 months, to let her know right now so she can leave and find somebody else. What? Now, this might not sound crazy to you all, but I'm in flight school. I'm also separately enrolled in college, so I'm not ready for marriage quite yet. Yeah, and also you're 21. I explained this to her, and I also mentioned how we've been together for 3 months, and in my own personal opinion, 9 more isn't nearly enough time to decide if I want to spend the rest of my life with you. That didn't go over well. She listened and she responded, don't waste my time. I told her if she wanted to marry so soon, I need a prenup to protect myself. She declined and reiterated that I don't trust her. I went on about how college and flight instruction is going to be hard enough, and I spoke about timing. Her argument was that having a wife and kids will make everything easier. I really do like her, but I'm starting to think that she's crazy. Fellas, ladies, you're welcome to. Edit, she's not pregnant. Yeah, let her go, OP. Something tells me this relationship isn't going to work out. Yeah, the top comment, sir, don't walk away or run away. Use your flying lessons and fly your ass out of that relationship. And this one too, don't waste her time. Don't waste your time. You don't need that energy in your life at 21. Yeah, you're right, it can take more than 3 months or more than 12 months at that age to make that decision. She's the a-hole, say goodbye. You will have dodged a bullet, a huge bullet by the sounds of it. This one says, she cray-cray, bro. Be careful if she hasn't baby trapped you already. And OP said, nah, but she almost got my ass. Yeah, get out of there for sure, OP. OP left a comment that said, yeah, I did end up ending it. I do feel very sad right now, but I think it's for the better. Thank you. Yeah, definitely for the better, OP. Also, I'm not going to ignore the fact that your username is Ballsack Barber. I felt like it'd be wrong if I didn't mention that. The next one is called, am I the a-hole for not wanting to pay child support after my wife cheated with my older brother? Ew. I never thought my life would end up like this, but here we are. I've been married to my wife for 5 years. After we tied the knot, I didn't really keep in touch with my family much. It wasn't intentional, we just drifted apart. My wife and I were focused on building our own life, and that's what mattered to me. A few months ago, my world came crashing down. I found out that my wife had been having an affair with my older brother. The betrayal was like a punch to the gut. I didn't even know how to process it. Everything I thought was solid in my life was suddenly shattered, but it got worse. When I told my mum what happened, she didn't react the way I expected. Instead of supporting me, she took my brother's side. What? She actually told me to get over it and said this is how life is sometimes. Is your mum a cheater, OP? Hearing that from my own mother was like salt in the wound. Since then, I've cut contact with my brother, and I haven't spoken to my mum much either. Now my wife, or soon-to-be ex-wife, has come to me with another bombshell. She's pregnant, and she says the baby is mine. Here's the thing, I can't even be sure. We were still being intimate as things started falling apart between us, so it's possible. But after everything she's done, I don't know what to believe anymore. She's already talking about how I'll need to pay child support, saying that I have no choice if the baby's mine. I'm not stupid, I know what my legal responsibilities are, but I can't bring myself to just accept this without knowing for sure. I want a paternity test before I commit to anything. But even if the baby is mine, part of me feels like it's so unfair that I'm stuck supporting somebody who betrayed me in the worst way possible. Mum says that I need to be a man? Ugh. And just to move on, but I'm really struggling with this. How can I be expected to just accept all of this like it's no big deal. Yeah, this is wild, OP. So am I the a-hole for wanting to confirm that the baby is actually mine before agreeing to pay child support? And even if it is mine, would I be wrong for feeling like I shouldn't have to be tied to her forever after what she did? Of course you're not the a-hole, OP, but you're surrounded by a-holes. Christ. Your wife betrayed you. Your brother betrayed you. Your mum pretty much betrayed you. Now you don't have a wife and you basically don't have a family. What the hell? How revolting of everybody around you, OP. Oh, I'm so sorry. Your brother is a piece of crap. Your wife is a huge piece of crap. Your mum sounds like a piece of crap and also sounds like a cheating piece of crap too. That's so revolting. And yeah, for your own mental health, OP, you need to have absolutely nothing to do with your ex-wife. Obviously, it's more complicated than that now. But yeah, I totally get feeling like that, OP. You need to be as far away from these people as you can get. OP left a comment that said, my brother and my future ex-wife aren't together. Oh, this is so bad. People who cheat are revolting enough, but she goes and cheats with your brother? And what's your brother doing? Yeah, that's ultimate betrayal. Absolute garbage, people, OP. Yeah, this comment for you, I hope the baby is your brother's so that you can cut ties with all of them, not the a-hole. This comment says, get the paternity test and sue for custody if it is yours. This one says, not the a-hole, get the paternity test before agreeing to pay child support. If it is yours, you are tied to this woman for at least the next 20 years, but only as the mother of your child. You're free to divorce and date and marry somebody else. Your mother just wants this grandchild. She doesn't care which of her sons gave it to her. The mum is a huge a-hole for what she said to OP. The top comment says, you need to confirm that the child is indeed yours because of the events circulating around your ex-pregnancy. However, if it is yours, then you do need to pay the child support, and also don't hold grudges against your kid. It's your kid after all, and your kid has nothing to do with the crappy decisions people around you have made. You're not the a-hole here unless you don't pay the child support. Yeah, for sure, you're so not the a-hole, OP. And I also feel like they're not just crappy decisions made by the people around OP. It's not like, oh, whoopsie doopsie, I made a mistake. No, these people are awful. This comment says, not the a-hole, cut them all off. They all sound selfish and toxic. Get a DNA test and confirm that it is your child. I don't blame you for not wanting anything to do with the chaos your ex created. She sounds like a monster. Tell her if the child is yours, you're gonna sue for sole custody of the child the moment it's born. Don't let her push you around and talk about child support. Turn it around on her. Make her feel worried about birthing a child that she's using as a payday. Tell her she'll be the one paying child support. If you have text showing her intent, keep them. Don't talk to her on the phone. Force her to put her words in writing. Document everything. Yeah, even if OP can't get sole custody, still definitely don't put up with her crap, OP. And yeah, she is using the baby as a payday. This comment too, divorce. If she wants child support, she can pursue it through the courts with a DNA test, but you have to end this. And by the way, your mum's an effing loon. Good luck to you, not the a-hole. Yeah, could not agree more. Good luck, OP. The next one that we're going to read is on the Entitled People subreddit. Entitled people humbled at passport control. I think this is the first time in a long time I saw a group of people act entitled, were yelled at by other people in line, and they actually listened. I was waiting in the passport line in Iceland, where a lot of flights land very early in the morning and have a short layover, like around an hour before connecting to a new flight. Me and so many others got off our flight that landed at 6:30 a.m, waited in passport control and had to make a connecting flight that was taking off at 7:20 a.m. The non-EU side of the passport line had nearly 200 plus people waiting in line, and it was going about as fast as it could, so slow, and that's the reality of it. At 6:30 a.m, most people took their tiredness and knew the best bet was to just wait in line and hope that the flight waits for most of its passengers, or just quietly accept that the connection isn't going to happen. Except for one family. Back of the line, one man goes nearly to the front and pesters this half-awake 20-year-old kid about cutting in front of him because his flight is leaving soon. Yeah, no kidding, everybody's is. Kid says sure, I don't blame him, it's too early to argue. The line cutter waves to the back and shouts, he said that we can go in front of him. And 6 other entitled folk, his family I guess, they were all dressed in matching tropical vacation clothes. No. Come striding their way up to the spot in the front. Is this a Simpsons episode? Cue the uproar from the whole line. What do you think you're doing? Go to the back. Go back to where you were. You aren't special. The line cutter tried to reason his way and said, but we have a connection that leaves at 7:30. And the resounding, we all do too, from the rest of the line was poetic. It was gratifying in real time to see the man look around and see 200 plus people in the exact same situation as him, and he was not special. He finally sheepishly waved his family back to go back to his old spot at the back of the line. I finally made it through passport control and I made it to my flight around 7:10, and my EU partner was able to get to the gate even quicker. EU speedy line perks, and begged them to hold the gate and wait for me there. And I was one of the last ones on the flight. I was in the front third of the passport line while the line cutters were way behind me. So I don't know if they made their flight or not, but at least it was some morning entertainment. Yeah, and it's so refreshing that everybody everybody stood up for themselves as well. Like, no, you're not getting away with this, okay? The next one is called, am I the a-hole for not changing my daughter's name? I, 25 female, had my daughter 6 months ago. She's the first grandchild on my husband's side, so everybody was understandably excited when she was born. The thing is, I was miserable. I'd lost a lot of blood during delivery. I was weak and sore, just not in the best condition for visitors. I allowed my in-laws to visit at the hospital and I had no problem with it. But then they'd stay all day and that continued when we went home. People in our house all day, every day for a month straight. I tried to talk to my husband to ask them to not visit, but everybody kept on making excuses as to why they had to visit. I felt very suffocated and very vulnerable. I couldn't even walk around freely to stretch or even to clean myself and change. I had to get stitches. Anyway, the name that my husband and I chose for our daughter was something simple. Think like Mary Ann. In the hospital, the nurses brought the paperwork for her name for us to fill out. And since I wasn't feeling my best, I woke up my husband and asked if he would do it for me. He just said, no, you go ahead and do it, and went back to sleep. What? After you gave birth? Oh no, you do it. What a joke. So I filled out Mary Ann and I turned the paperwork in. He just saw her birth certificate and said that we have to change it to Mary Ann. I told him I wouldn't be doing that because she already has a social security card and changing her name now would be such a hassle, and I'm still struggling to get my physical and mental health back up. I feel like it's not a big deal because it's not a family name or anything, just a name that we liked, and if he cared so much about the spelling, he should have filled out the form with me. Am I the a-hole for not changing her name? What did we just read? You gave birth, you woke your husband up to ask him to do it, and he's like, nah, you go ahead and do it, and goes back to sleep. The top comment says, not the a-hole. If he wants it changed, he can do it. What does he think's different between the two? Does he think it makes a difference to people hearing it? Personally, I'd be pissed that my husband didn't help me when I was feeling vulnerable and exhausted. Yeah, completely. Did he not know what it was? Yeah, no, that's so bad, OP. And yeah, you're not the a-hole. The comment under that one says, not the a-hole. He missed the boat on this one. He was sleepy. Had he just delivered a baby that tore him? Poor thing. Perhaps his fingers were sore from biting his nails. The name is there. I mean, if the spelling mattered for recognizing two separate grandparents called Mary and Ann with an E, or Mary Ann or something, I know it's not the name, then just call your daughter by half her name. If you like Mary, your daughter arrived safely, you have her home, and this is her name. She can change it herself when she comes of age if she wants to. Your husband should be focusing on respecting your boundaries and stopping extended visits if they're negatively impacting you. If family are helping out by doing the cleaning and laundry and changing baby diapers and stuff so that you can rest and heal, then you can accept that help if it is helping you. If they're imposing themselves, then ask them politely but very persistently to leave so that you can bond with your little one in peace. This comment says, first, I hope you're feeling better. I'm more concerned that your husband didn't take better care of you during your vulnerable post-birth period. As far as the spelling of a name, that seems awfully trivial, not the a-hole. Yeah, because what did he want? Like just a space in between? Also, like that should have already been talked about. But yeah, no, I don't feel like you're the a-hole, OP. The next one's called, am I the a-hole for laughing at my parents for an impossible mix-up? We were staying with my parents for 2 weeks and my daughter Lizzie is a vegetarian. We bought some impossible beef and we were going to use it for a later date. My whole family gives Lizzie a hard time for being vegetarian, but she's been one for almost 10 years, from 6 to 16. I've gotten all kinds of hell around the holidays because of the stuff that Lizzie wouldn't eat because it had chicken broth or bacon fat in it. I went to the freezer one day to thaw Lizzie meat for burgers that night. It was gone. My mum refused to get cataract surgery and somehow made the whole family Lizzie's gross fake meat, and not one person noticed. It was funny and I told my daughter and my family and laughed at them. My dad got extremely angry at us because he always talks crap about grilling Lizzie's burgers and calls them gross. Your family are the a-holes, OP. There were 2 meals that week. It could have been a meatloaf or taco meat and nobody noticed. My dad's calling me an a-hole, saying how could we be so careless? And somebody could have gotten sick from eating the fake meat, but it says impossible in larger letters on the packaging. So it was my mum's mistake. And no one at the time said the meat tasted any different, not even my picky ass father. So that's how judgmental they are of Lizzie. Then dad refused to have the fake meat in the home because of that, and instead Lizzie ate a mushroom burger, but I told him I think he's overreacting to this. But he told me that I could stay in a hotel because I played a mean trick on everybody. He was grumpy with both Lizzie and I for the rest of the vacation. Oh my god, your family sucks. You're not the a-hole, OP. And I feel sorry for Lizzie too with the family. How mean. The top comment says, not the a-hole, your family is though, aside from Lizzie. I'm vegetarian, but luckily my family is supportive. Well, mainly. My mum and my younger brother are. My older brother is a jerk anyway. My dad's coming for a visit and I know it'll be an issue for him. Regardless, there's nothing wrong with impossible meat. Your dad didn't need to be grumpy to you and your daughter. Like what the hell? Sounds like my dad can laugh and make jokes and be hurtful to others, but don't you dare make a joke when he's the butt. Ugh, grown men need to stop being such babies. I hope your vacation vacation with Lizzie wasn't too terribly ruined. Yeah, 100%, that's giant baby behavior. And yeah, making an issue out of nothing. They could have laughed about it as well because it is funny. Like, yeah, they're talking all this crap about their gross meat and they eat it and they don't even realize. Yeah, they're rude and mean and judgmental, OP. But yeah, they're the a-hole, not you. And that's definitely enough for today. That was such a fun episode. I hope you guys had a wonderful time today, and let me know down below if you did. I've got a cute wholesome meme to show you before we go. Actually, 2 cute wholesome memes. My girlfriend didn't want me to adopt Stomp from the shelter because of his abnormally large feet. I paid no mind, and now he has a happy home to live in. Oh, Stomp. So cute. That's so interesting because I feel like most people would love to have a cat like this. That's so interesting and so cool. Shout out to you, OP, and also shout out to Stomp. Adorable little kitty cat. When I say I need a party, this is what I mean. Yeah, 3 people and 3 pizzas. Perfect. That's a perfect party. Okay, I'm out of here. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you had a wonderful time today. And if you did, make sure you like and subscribe and all that fun stuff. And the comment of the day today, goes to Thing1G. Vincey Nice Guys is back. I repeat, Vincey Nice Guys is back. Yeah, absolutely, Thing1G. They're definitely back. I like what we're doing at the moment with the Am I the A-hole episodes and stuff. But yeah, I'm definitely going to sprinkle in some nice guys and some neckbeards and some, what else is there? Like malicious compliance and all that sort of stuff. Entitled parents and all that sort of stuff that we used to read a lot. And yeah, I feel like that'll be perfect. That nice guy video was so wild to make too. I'm so happy you guys enjoyed it. Okay, I'm out of here. Thank you for the support, everybody. And I'll see you in the next episode. Make sure you look after yourself and make sure you have a beautiful, amazing rest of your day. And you know what I'm about to say because I say it every single day. Bye!